First of all, to follow Mr. Wadhwa is no small feat. And I couldn't have thought of a better person to follow because what he's talked about relates directly to what I'm going to talk to you about. And that is investing and building a future, especially for people who are younger in the age of AI. I'm going to try to focus more on that aspect of things. So as an example, last night about 2:14 a.m., curiously, I got a notification, which was a dividend credited to my account from a company that I haven't seen the headquarters of. The company has a CEO I've never met. Still, in that moment, at 2:14 in the morning, an invisible employee finished a shift for me. See, we've been raised with a very dangerous lie, and that's what I want to expose today. We've been told that to earn more, we must simply work more. But in an age where you know AI can outcode the best engineers on the planet, simply working harder is a losing strategy. The only way to truly win is to stop being the employee, as Mr. Wadhwa pointed out, and to start hiring these machines. We see AI as a threat. We hear 300 million jobs to be replaced by 2030. And if you solely rely on your employment, that's terrifying. But there is a flip side. Every time NVIDIA builds a faster GPU or L&T in India automates a nuclear reactor, they're building wealth. The only question is who gets that wealth? Now, if I'm a consumer of that technology, I'm the one paying for that wealth. If I'm an employee for that technology, then I'm replaceable. But if I own that technology, either through the stock market or through a company that I build, then that machine works for me. Every line of code it writes and every megawatt it generates, then it does for me. And that is the great automation paradox. AI will arguably be the greatest job killer in the last 3 generations. But it will also be one of the greatest opportunities to build wealth in our lifetimes. And that is what I want you to think about. Think about your day for a second. You would have woken up, you would have checked your phone, surfed the internet for a bit, maybe looked at a job portal, right? At each of those steps, you paid someone like me, or Mr. Wadhwa here, a tax. When you opened your phone, Dixon Technologies builds that phone, listed. That internet owned by Bharti Airtel, Reliance and Tata Communication, listed companies. And that job portal, India's biggest, is owned by InfoEdge, listed company. Every time you consume, you pay us a tax. And I want you to now start your journey to come to this side of the equation because it's a long journey. And how can you do that? Well, you need a constant source of income. That does not change. And we'll get to how you can build that. But what's more important is how you use that income. Now, in an age where social media and temptation make it basically impossible to save money, I came up with a trick, a tax of my own. Every time I spend money on something I do not need, whether it's 10,000 or 10 lakhs, I'm going to invest an equivalent amount into my invisible employees. This does 2 things. First, it lets me know how badly I want that expenditure. And second, it lets me know if I can afford it. Works well. Then the question becomes, what do we buy into? And the simplest answer that the greatest in the investing business in history would tell you is, as an outsider, the easiest way to build wealth in the stock market is to buy the companies whose products you own. Look around you. What products do you use? What services do you use? Find the companies that make them, buy them, done. Luckily, India is in a unique spot in 2026. We're no longer just consuming AI. We are building a sovereign AI for the future. We're moving from a country of back office workers to a country of foundry owners. For the first time in our independent history, we're becoming exporters. And the generation that follows mine will arguably have the greatest opportunities to build businesses and wealth in our entire independent history. So if I was 20 or 25 today, I'm not even considering a job. How do you build that constant income? Go to edX, go to Coursera, pick a niche skill that is immune to AI. One skill that is scalable over the next 10 years and master it to a fault. This is an age of freelancers and moonlighters. There is no upper end to how much wealth you can create. And once that money starts flowing in, hire these invisible employees. Directly through the stock market, mutual funds, either works. No FDs, I agree with him there. And this is how you do this. You go home tonight, you build an organization chart, write your name on the top, and under that, just two things. One, which skill are you going to master? Which skill will you bank on for the rest of your life? And second, the invisible employees you want to build your wealth, to multiply the money you're bringing in through that skill. And if you take away one thing from this talk and nothing else, take this statement away. Stop working for money. Start hiring money to work for you. And that's all I want to leave you with. Thank you.